Hello, Steve Arts 89. Well, the same-sex marriage bill is looking like it's going to pass all the way through in America. It went through the Senate. It was put through 61 Democrats to 36 Republicans. So it's basically bipartisan, which is the last bipartisan act that's probably going to be before the Senate changes over to mostly Republican in January, and they're going to focus on other things like certain president's sons, which really is just that's a whole another thing I'm never going to get into. They need to be focusing on real issues, but this real issue is getting dealt with, and I'm really happy for my sisters in America, and it's good for the world because what sort of happens in America usually trickles down to other countries. Like, we were not the first country to put to make gay marriage legal. We were actually quite behind a lot of countries. We waited till other people did it. But it's good overall for the gay community, for the gay movement, for the civil rights movement, the gay rights movement, all that. There's really no question that it's going to go the rest of the way through. It's got one more, I won't say hurdle, but one more step. It has to be approved by a certain Senate or something, I can't remember who. And then once that's done, Biden signs it into law and it's done. And there's all the ceremony and all that. And it looks like it's going to happen. No one's really predicting any resistance. It seems to have the support that it needs. And I'm just really happy, but I don't understand why this wasn't done for women's rights. I mean, I'm happy for the gays, I'm happy for us, I'm happy for people of colour, because it also affects interracial marriage, because there was talk that they would roll back, after they rolled back women's rights, they'd roll back gay rights, and then other people even said they could even roll back interracial marriage, which has been standing for even longer. Gay marriage, I think we've had like 5 years or something. Women's rights, I think they had 50 years, where it was sort of in law but not really in law. It's not really, there's certain steps that have to be taken to make it, law that can't be touched. Codify was the term I keep hearing. And for some reason they didn't do it for women's rights. And one of the first things that the Supreme Court did was just say, we don't want that anymore because it conflicts with our religious beliefs, and we don't care about the rights of the general public, which outnumber the religious minority or whatever, or how, I don't know how many people identify as that religion or whatever in the US, but either way they said, well, that's what we want for everyone else, so we're going to put that on everyone else because of our beliefs. And no one could do anything about it because these steps hadn't been done. But then they turned around and said, well, they're going to go after gay marriage and interracial marriage next. We'd better sort this out so this cannot happen to us. So I'm happy for us, but I don't understand why this wasn't done for women, and why, like, it was talked about, and certain presidencies had the majority in the House and everything for years and didn't do it. Part of me thinks they didn't do it because they needed it as an election issue. They needed to have the bad guys take it away so they could come in and use it to solidify themselves as the good guys. And the usual promise is, oh, we'll protect this. Well, how about make it law so you don't have to protect it? But it just seems like a big scam. But I mean, I'm happy that we saw through that and we got it done, and it looks like we are going to have our rights protected, and that, I say our rights like I'm an American, but it affects the rest of the world. It affects the politics of other Western societies, and that's so what's sort of established in America tends to affect how things are done or validated or whatever in other countries like Australia. So I'm happy it's happening. Not surprised. But I'm really surprised that this wasn't done with women's rights. I thought it was. I thought it had been done. I thought it was safe. I didn't think what happened with women's rights could happen. And then when I realised that could happen for us, and that if that happened in America, could happen here. Now, obviously, we've got our own laws and stuff to sort out, and that we just celebrated our 5th anniversary of gay marriage rights, and we do have people challenging, based on religious freedom, trying to roll stuff back and that. And we did have a bit of traction with the last Prime Minister, but fortunately he's gone and under investigation because he did a bunch of dodgy things and put himself on the top of a bunch of I'm not even going to go into all that, but we just had an election, and we, well, in Victoria anyway, and we sort of, yep, too much politics, different videos, not going to get into any of those issues. I'm going to go, it's up to 5 minutes. I just wanted to reflect on this moment, just be happy for America and what it means for the rest of the world, and still baffled that this wasn't done for women and their rights. And I don't understand how, other than, political, games. I think I'm just surprised that people allowed that to stay like that, and to be like that, and for that to happen, because apparently people knew better, but no one did anything. But we got it taken care of. I'm gonna go. Thanks. Bye.